welcome to Sweat Week 3. I hope we're well this morning and I'm sending you lots of love today. So we're going to get started right away, but today's class is based around working the arms for tone, shoulders, and you'll get a little bit of legs in, and of course core. So yeah, come on down to your mat and let's get started. So we're going to start in child's pose. So taking the knees nice and wide and bringing the toes to touch. Now if you prefer, you can keep your knees closer together and that's cool as well. So we're going to allow our arms to come out in front and bring our forehead down towards the floor. So we'll take a nice big deep inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to let it go through the mouth. So a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. And just doing a couple of them in your own time. So your hips are sliding back towards your heels. You're allowing your chest and your shoulders to soften into the earth. And if you prefer, you can pop your blanket or a cushion underneath your head here, just for more support, or even under your knees. Just noticing how you're feeling physically and energetically as well. And knowing that anytime you need a break today, you can come back to your child's pose at any time. So feel free. And we'll take a big deep inhale and either exhaling out through the mouth, or if you'd like to take your Ujjayi breath, you can. Sometimes in these sweat workouts, I personally find that the out breath through the mouth works a little bit better. It just helps me feel like I'm releasing tension. And then very gently, you're going to come forward onto all fours and bring your knees underneath your hips. And from here, you're going to take a little rock forward onto the hands and then a little rock back. So you're just weight bearing onto the hands a little bit more as you come forward. Inhale and exhale, just a little warm up. And then from here, we'll take our cat-cow, we'll sink the belly to the earth, we'll lift the tailbone, inhale. And as we exhale, we'll round the spine, curl up and look towards the belly. A big inhale, belly lifts. A big exhale, draw the tailbone back around the spine. Keep it going. Coming back to your flat back. And from here, push down to the tops of your feet. Shoulders are over wrists, and see if you can lift your knees and your lower legs away from the floor. So pushing down to the tops of the feet, we're finding that long straight back like we would in our tabletop hover. And if you need to be in tabletop hover here, you can tuck the toes. And see now you can drive one knee in towards your belly and round through the upper back. For 3, well done. For 2, you got this. And for 1, switch. Drive the knee in, round up. For 3, for 2, and for 1, and switch. Lower the knees, flow back into cat-cow. Ooh, big inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, come around the spine. And just flowing along with your breath. We'll do one more. And from here, we'll push down to the tops of the feet again and see if we can hover the knees. Breathing here. Again, tuck the toes if you need to. Let's draw one knee into the chest, round the spine, Big breath, suck the belly button back towards the spine for 3, for 2, and for 1. Come back, whoo, and switch. Round up. If you need to just hold it here instead, that's fine. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Lower down. Whoo, well done. It's getting warm. Tuck your toes under and slide your hips back in space. Downward facing dog. Well done. So your feet are hip width here. Hands are shoulder width, and roll your shoulders away from your ears. Lift onto your tippy toes as high as you can. So lift your heels. And then as you exhale, we'll press the heels down to the floor. And just let your shoulders spread away from your ears and just feel that spread across the shoulder blades at the back. And then from here, you can move the legs a little. You can bend one knee if you like. And straighten out the other leg. And then from here, we're going to lower to our knees. Keep the toes tucked and the knees hip width. We're going to open up the left arm to the back in a twist. So turn and twist and look away from me or turning to the left. And then we'll take that left arm down and under to sweep forward towards the right side. And you might bring your head down here, or you might need a cushion to prop it up on. And then we'll take our right arm if we can and wrap it around the lower back. So again, we need quite good balance here. So really draw the navel in. And again, if your head needs to be propped up here on a cushion, please feel free to have that ready. And just take big breaths in here. As you exhale, allow that right shoulder to roll back and down. And you can relax the feet here if you like as well. Sometimes I just like to keep them tucked, ready to move again. And we'll take 2 breaths here. And this is where you can work with your ujjayi. And from here, we'll just release that right arm, ready to push ourselves up and find our downward facing dog. So we're going to kind of flow quick enough. Allow the hips to slide back, eye gaze to come to the belly. We bend our knees, slide the hips back in space. Right foot steps between the hands. And lower the back knee to the floor. Take a breath here. Big inhale. Toes stay tucked at the back. Let the left hip slide forward, and as you exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe in here. We're going to bend our knees, slide the hips back in space. Look forward, the left foot steps between the hands. Lower the back knee. And we're going to have a little chill out here for a second. So front knee is over ankle. Right hip is sliding forward a little. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, sink down into the front hip. Breathe in. Step back, downward facing dog. Deepen your breath. Bend the knees. Slide the hips back in space. Right foot steps between the hands. Lower the back knee. Keeping the toes tucked if you can. Breathe and see if you can rise up. Exhale. Left hip sliding forward a little. Think about your front heel gripping and pushing back towards the back of the mat, so you just feel the hips switch on. As you exhale, your palms touch, you might look up, breathing here. Now make a fist with your hands. So think about clenching your fists. Turn your knuckles to face in towards one another, and now turn the knuckles to face outwards as you bend your elbows and find goalpost arms. So thinking about those 2 L shapes in the elbows. Breathing here. Now bring your elbows in to one another. They might touch, they might be apart, that's okay. And allow your shoulders to roll down the back. And then open them out wide again. Bring them back up to where you started. So we bring the elbows down, bend level with the shoulders, inhale, exhale, come in, inhale, exhale, open, lift up. We'll flow again, bend, let them come in to touch or towards one another, open. Well done, lift up, how's the arms, bend, come in towards one another, open out, the shoulders spread, and come back up. Twice more, so then we've done 6, a good even number. Excellent, last one. And then palms come to touch, inhale, exhale, come down. We're going to tuck the back toes here. Actually, no, stay in your back knee for now. We're going to turn twist, and let's not get ahead of ourselves, Eva. And take the left hand underneath the shoulder, turn the belly towards the right, breathing here. And staying here, or tucking the back toes, lifting the knee away from the floor. Breathing deep. Inhale, and exhale. Feeling the legs switch on. And from here, you're going to lower your left knee towards the floor. You're going to turn your toes a little bit towards the back. And then this right leg is going to come back towards the back end of the mat. And you're like, what the hell? So you're going to swivel and turn. So magic, you're in a side plank. And then lift your top leg, the straight leg, away from the floor. So this hand on the bottom is just slightly away from the shoulder. Top arm reaches up, and then flex your foot so that you engage your butt. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, you can stay here or drop the top leg and start to straighten out the bottom one so that you come either to stack your feet or one foot in front. So whatever feels more comfortable for you. So if you're with me, we're going to stack. Push the bottom hip up as high as you can, or you're going to stay with your knee on the floor. And for 3, well done. For 2, and on the 1, you're going to drop back into the plank if you can. Well done. Breathing here. First plank, the shoulders are coming over the wrists. You can rock forward a little, rock back. We're starting to feel some heat now. And then from here, you're going to lower to your knees. Bend the elbows, really use the arms, your chest, your chin lowers to the floor, belly down. Find your cobra pose, big inhale, lift your chest and shoulders. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, slide your hips back in space, downward facing dog. Well done. It's a tough one, especially with that side plank in there. It's very mean of me. We're working the waist. So then from here, we're going to bend our knees, slide our hips back in space, and our left foot is going to step through. Or knees to floor, left foot through. Breathe in here, front knee over ankle, and then allow the back knee to relax. Engage the belly, so suck the belly button back towards the spine, rise the arms up. See how it feels to allow your palms to touch now. Lift up through the chest, and you might gaze to look up. Now, when you're here, think about gripping the left heel towards the back and then allowing the right hip to slide forward. Breathing deep. We'll clench our fists, open the knuckles, and then bend the elbows. They come level with the shoulders for goalpost arms, and then come in towards one another. They might touch, and then they open. You come back up towards the ceiling. I'd say my arms are probably missing now. And we'll keep it going. So just notice how the shoulder blades move in the back of the body. Reaching up. Working with your breath. You're doing So good. You've got 3 more. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big inhale. Big exhale. And keep it going. I'll let you breathe yourself. Last one. Well done. And from here, you're going to take your hands to the floor. Keep that back knee on the ground as you turn twist to the left. So this time I'm going to be moving away from you. So you might need to just listen out a little bit more for the cues. Breathing here, you can relax that back foot. And if it's good, tuck your toes and lift your back knee off the floor. So you're trying to turn your belly to look over your thigh. Breathing deep. From here, you're going to lower your right knee down to the floor, so the back knee. You're going to open the toes a little bit towards the back. And then the foot that's in front now, the left one, is going to swivel to the back and to the end of the mat, so that you find your side plank. Lifting the straight leg off the floor if you can, level with the hip. That right hand is slightly away from your shoulder, so it's not directly underneath your shoulder. Breathe in here. And see how it feels to find your full side plank if you like. The top leg lifts, bottom leg straightens, and either stack the feet or one foot in front. And you just go whatever feels good for you. There's no right or wrong, or better or worse. 3 breaths for 3, for 2, and for 1. Back into plank. Ooh, well done. Hold your plank pose. Press the floor away with your hands. Breathe in deep. And see now if you can lower Nisha Chaturanga, lowering down. Cobra or up dog. Slide the hips forward and up, big inhale. Exhale, hips slide back in space. Downward facing dog. Breathing here, big inhale. Exhale. Look towards the belly. And let's keep moving. If you need a break, drop to your knees into hair. Please don't push if it's too much. Bend the knees, slide them back in space. Right foot stepping between the hands. Back knee relaxes to the floor. Big inhale, arms lift. Exhale, palms touch. 1 more breath. Hands release to the floor. Back toes tuck. So you can lift the back knee away from the ground, and you might rise up finding that crescent lunge. Breathing here. Big inhale. As you exhale, bend the elbows. Make a fist. Bring them in towards one another if you can. It's going to be more difficult now as you're balancing. Open up. Reach up. Well done. We'll do 2 more. See, you can straighten that back leg. Engage the lower belly as much as you can. And if it's too much, of course, you know that you can go to that back knee anytime. You're doing so good here. Come up. This time, palms touch. Come to prayer hands at the front of your heart. We're going to shift the weight forward a little and see if you can find that warrior 3 now. So we'll lift the back foot. Breathe in here. Start to lean the chest forward. Flex your toes so the toes point down towards the ground. And we'll see now if you can reach your arms back. Breathe in here. Deepen our inhale. If you need to touch the ground with one hand or both, that's fine. You got this for 3. See if you can stay. Use the core for 2. And on the 1, see if you can just drop back down. Find the lunge. Ooh, well done. Find a twist if you can. Breathe in here. Left hand is under the shoulder. You got this. I'm with you. We're all in this together. And then from here, see if you can lower now. That back knee, turn it back. Find your side plank. Well done. Lifting up, breathing here. Now, if you want to go in for that full side plank, you're going to go for that now. If not, I'm going to stay on the knee with you guys if anyone's here with me. Whatever option is good for you. Breathing deep. For 5, well done. For 4, breathe. For 3, for 2, and find your plank pose. Breathing here. Well done. Big inhale. Exhale. From here, lowering down, knees, chest chin or chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Well done. Breathing. Exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. You got it. Breathing deep. Well done. Allow the eye gaze to relax towards the belly. Bend the knees, slide the hips back in space. Deepen your breath, gaze to look forward. From here, stepping the left foot through. Well done, lower the back knee. Breathe. Arms rise up. Exhale. One more breath. Fingertips release towards the floor. Toes tuck. Lift the knee. See how it feels, and if it's good, you're going to rise up here. Well done. Straight leg at the back, front knee over ankle. Join the fists to clench. Bend the elbows. You got this. And then bring them in towards one another. Open up. Right now, my legs are like, oh, what are you doing to me? We're getting good tone into the arms. Shape for the legs. Well done. One more. You're doing so well. This time, palms come to touch to the heart. Warrior 3, step halfway in. Shift away. And then lift the back leg if you can. Breathing here. Remember, we're trying to square the hips and shoulders towards the ground. And if you like, reach your arms back. Breathe. Suck the belly button back towards the spine. Deepen your breaths. For 3, well done. You got this. For 2, and on the 1, find the floor. Drop. Ooh. Turn, twist to the left. Well done. Hopefully you're feeling a little sweaty like me. I'm sweating here with you guys. Breathe. And from here, side plank. Lower the knee, open the toes, swivel and turn. Lift off. Deciding if you're dropping that foot, I'll go with you. If you're going up, stack feet or one foot in front. Breathe here. For 5. You got it. For 4. For 3, you can do this. For 2, find your plank pose. Lower down, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Allow your hips to slide back in space, shoulders roll away from the ears. And as we lower to our knees now, we'll take our hands under our shoulders, our knees hip width, toes are tucked. We're going to open up the right arm like we did at the beginning on the left. And we're going to turn that and drop it down so it sweeps underneath the left one. And we might bring our head down here. And then the left arm is going to reach up and over and find your lower back if you like. That's going to be harder for your balance, so if not, you're just going to keep your left hand on the floor. You can relax the toes if you like. Just allow that left shoulder to roll back and down. One more. And as you exhale, release. Find one last downward facing dog of the day. We're nearly there, guys. You might want to just move the legs around a little if you like. And then find stillness. Allow the shoulders to spread away from one another. Breathing deep. And then from here, we're going to gaze to look forward, either with me, you're going to bend the knees, drive one knee and hop in to sit, or come to sit any way you like. Well done, we're nearly there. From here, you're going to roll onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. We're going to flex the toes so that the knees are over the hips. And we're going to interlace our fingers behind our head. Our yogi bicycles. I'm sure a few of you are like, no, not again. Press your lower back into the floor, draw the belly back. We only have 12, so we can do this, You're going to lift off, tuck the chin, round up through the spine a little. Big inhale. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Breathe out through your mouth here, big inhale. Exhale. You got this, big inhale. If you need to, tap the heel. Remember this option all the time. Well done, that's 4 out of 12. You got this. Big inhale through the center. Try to keep your head away from the floor if you can. Big smile. Work it into the waist. Well done. You've got 4 more. You can do it. That's it. 4. Stay in. 3. Last 2. Last 1. And hug your knees in. Whoo, well done. From here, just allow your legs to stretch out. Take a little mini Shavasana. Allow your legs to be hip width, feet to fall out, hands away from the body or resting on your belly. And you are officially done, just in case there's any more surprises. Well done. Just notice how you feel. Just noticing that heat. You might feel it around the belly or the arms. And I have said this before, but it's just so nice to feel that heat. It's kind of like a very powerful feeling around the core. Just take just a minute to completely relax. Let your whole body sink into the earth. You have no worries at this time. All you need to do is breathe. Allow yourself to let go. And start to wiggle your fingers, maybe your toes. You might stretch. Maybe hug your knees in. And when it feels good, you can roll to the side and push yourself up to sit. Hands to your knees or thumb, index finger together. Palms face up, a big inhale. Twice more. Last one. We rub our hands together, create some heat. And once they're warm, place them over your heart. Transfer the heat from the hands to the heart. The goodness in me salutes the goodness and the kindness in every single one of you. And we bow together, namaste. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a little clap at home. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and joining me all the time. I really appreciate it. So that was Sweat. Hopefully you enjoyed. I got a bit sweaty. We have Yoga with Aoife on Friday and it's Yin Yoga, so it's going to be really, really nice. Lots of long holds, but yeah, we're really going to hopefully increase the flexibility. So yeah, I will see you Friday. Bye.